Alright, let's turn into Respect the Dingo today and do a little bit of hippo casting, I guess. So, those of you who didn't watch Prague, Respect the Cat ended up winning the entire thing, which I'm super proud of Marcus. Marcus definitely deserved it after putting his heart and soul into this Keruga deck. I'm very proud of him for it, so. My hand looks great. I think I can go. What's the other Triome in this deck? It's Zagoth, Raugrin, Ketria. So I could go get. Do I have any fetches that fetch black? I have a Godless Shrine. Okay. So we'll lead on this, then we get Godless Shrine. Then we'll have full domain. Alright. The deck is on Stream Decker. I did choose to Respect the Cat. I think I'm gonna choose to ice them as well. So I need to set an upkeep stop here. I think I'm gonna ice ya. Godless Shrine, shock it in. Ice you. They have no companion, so there's a good chance it's just Murktide. Oh, it's control? I think it's control. I guess we'll get the Risen Reef train going then. Land? That's beautiful. Gonna work out very well for me. I can get rid of this upkeep stop. That's fine. Pitching a whole Teferi, because they don't have another third land. Blue, green, white, red. There we go. Fucked it up the first time. More where that came from. Dress down. Alright, maybe not more where that came from. I think I could just play this tapped and pass. I don't know if I'm gonna need this Leyline Binding. Think it's the type of a cat. Something like that. I feel like the sign is very bright. Either the sign or the lights are bright, one of the two. I think it was the lights. They gave up. They did not have a third land, I guess. And they were just like, alright, that's good enough for me. I think their Mystical Disputes, Force of Negations, Vindicates. I don't think they're got an Elesh Norn, so I don't think we're gonna need the Murderous Cuts, but we can take out the Dead Gone. Dead Gone's not gonna be super helpful. I just had to turn on the lights for the LEDs because the LED lights were like too bright, so I was focusing on those instead of the sign and me. It's fixed now. If I want endurance, I guess what do I not want? Probably trim a couple of Solitudes. Don't think I'm gonna need that many Solitudes. Could also trim Leyline Binding. X1. Endurance is interesting. It's better than Ice. Is it better than Solitude? It's better than Leyline Binding? I don't know. I'll bring in one for a Solitude. I'll try like that. There's a good chance it might just be better than Solitude straight up. How many RGB remotes do you own? 3. I have one for the lights, one for the neon sign, and I have one for my clock. Except I don't know where the one for my clock went. So, I guess from 3 down to 2. My clock is still stuck an hour in the past because I haven't been able to find the remote to switch it from daylight savings time. I don't know where it went. But I own a lot. No, the clock has no buttons. Only a remote. Which I don't know where the fuck it went. I'm gonna get Godless Shrine and ice them again. Midnight you turn it off and then turn it back on to reset it. I don't even know how to turn it off. I guess I have to unplug it. Maybe I can unplug it for an hour. I don't know. You shut off the breaker because it's mounted up higher. That's smart. Alright, well, here comes the Risen Reef Brigade. I feel for my opponent being a control player on that end. The matchup sucks. It resets to midnight. I guess it makes more sense. Do I want to play another Risen Reef? Or do I want to play the Omnath? Or do I want to take Demonic Tutors for the tier 1 and the 13 months? Probably not the last thing I just said. I think we're just going to go Risen Reef. Episode. Thanks, DT. For the infinite months. Yeah, I definitely didn't know that. Because the one time my power went out and it stayed the same time when my power came back on. So I figured it just doesn't change. A Cavern Operator. Subtlety. No, Risen Reef. I guess I go Elesh Norn. I have a backup battery. Probably does. But I feel like if I go Risen Reef, I might be overextending into a Supreme Verdict. Still have like 7 cards in hand. I don't know how much I care about that. Or you could just buy the remote. We don't do that here. Remote's sacred now. It's in a better place. Might be overextending into a Verdict. Definitely don't want to spend my Solitude. Don't think that needs to happen. I get double the ETBs, so I could just go fetch land and then make mana off of just that. Start off with Teferi, see what they do. I think I'm probably just going to bounce their Leyline Binding. Boing. Get 2 Risen Reef triggers. Yep. Take that one. I guess I'll put it into play. Now I get to deal 4 to them. I think I'm probably just buying Keruga. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. I think that's why I control... Like, this deck is part of the reason why I control suffering amongst a variety of other reasons. Like creativity. I think creativity also kind of dunks on control. Or control. Can't catch a break. Probably should have played this instead. Gotten like Zagoth Triome or something. Is creativity the best deck? I don't know. Probably Murktide. Can't really go wrong with Murktide. I think I'm just gonna kill this thing with fire. I think I should just kill it with fire. Let them draw a card, but I don't have to deal with this. If they put a hammer on it. Also, I get to play it Teferi and bounce the Urza Saga. Alright, well, change of plans. Play Teferi and bounce the Ornithopter. I drew Solitude, that's pretty good. Yeah, I think Murktide's still the best deck. Mainly because the results of Murktide don't look that good because there's a lot of rather inexperienced pilots, in my opinion, because it's the most popular deck, because a lot of people enjoy playing blue-red, and people have the perception that Murktide's very, very strong, which it is, but it's kind of an overinflated deck for sure. I just leave up ice. I think I can die with a Solitude and a Teferi. It's gonna be a 3/3. I guess I just leave up ice. Yeah, Murktad's definitely an exhausting deck to play for sure. What percentage of the meta do you think Murktide would be if it were not overrepresentative? Probably whatever percent creativity is. I don't know. Creativity is not really. It's probably whatever elementals is. Because I don't think elementals is overrepresentative. I think pretty much just the diehard elementals fans play elementals more or less. Sure. It's fine. I don't think that's going on. Yeah, that makes sense. What if they're gonna attack me or Teferi? Me, Teferi. Guess I gotta kill the thing with the hammer on it, right? Not really an option. It's gaining so much life though. 1% of the meta for Jun. I don't know, I didn't look at the meta breakdown, so I don't have like the best opinion about it. Alright, I was hoping to hit a land drop. That's fine. Maybe I should just play a Fable. I will take 6. Land drop? Land drop? Like to make all of the mana. I guess you get a black source and then just play Elesh Norn. That prevents the Sigarda's Aid ETB from just murdering me. If an opponent puts an Orvar trigger on the stack from your Archon, if you cast Hallowed Moonlight, does it hit the Orvar? I believe so. Well, they could just target like your land or something. So they could still target after the fact. Alright, well that's probably lights out. Four, 3/1. Triggers. Yep. Do you even respect cats, bro? I do. Respect cats a lot. I think they're great. Oh, I should have attacked with Elesh Norn also. That's fine. It's the slow bleeding that hurts the worst, isn't that right? How many cats have I had? That's not what's that's not what matters. It's not what matters, Kubi. I'm gonna deck myself, aren't I? This is so gross. This is so gross. Yeah, I need to fire my own Risen Reef. Kind of insane. Poor Hammer player. This is why Hammer's like getting oppressed right now. This deck just dunks on it. 3 Force of Vigor. 2 Murderous Cut and a Vindicate. I could probably take the Force of Negation also. Fable seems a little bit slow. We can cut the Fable. I think I want most of the rest of the stuff though. I guess Risen Reef's also a little bit slow. I'd cut one more. Or we submit 61. which is what I'm doing. The neat part about the Murderous Cuts and the Vindicates is that they deal with opposing Elesh Norns. Actually gonna keep this. It's kind of a weak hand, but it does have a Solitude in it. I'll play on a Blacksmith skill. Could very easily have skill. Alright, no skill. Opponent is not skillful. Get the Zagoth Triome for the black mana. And then I could have 3 cards in my graveyard plus 2 mana, which will allow me to cast Murderous Cut. So I think I just play Fetch Land Pass. Could cast Murderous Cut now to prevent them from getting the Springleaf Drum mana. Maybe they don't have a 3rd land for this Urza Saga. Oh, is that worth it? Then they get to draw a card. So I don't know if it's worth it. I think I'd just pass. I think I'd rather save this Murderous Cut for whatever they put a hammer on instead of trying to cheese them with the Urza Saga. Seems like it won't work. It is Golden Sun, yeah. You don't hear anything? It is quiet. Are you music band? Maybe. I was planning on listening to some Dragon Quest after this also. I'm dead to them having a blacksmith skill here. Which is never a great thing. I'm just gonna hope they don't have it. It's all we can do in these trying times. Ugh. Ventus, thanks for the prime. Welcome back for the 3 months. Appreciate that, Ventus. They didn't have skill, but they could have Pure Steel Paladin. Or they could just bonk me with another hammer and kill me that way, I guess. If you are, then you are. And I am dead. Alright, let's try Risen Reef. Force of Vigor and a bunch of lands. I think I'm going to keep this. The bunch of lands part, not very appealing, but being able to hardcast Force of Vigor with the Leyline Binding backup. I don't think I can expect to have too much interaction as a Keruga deck. This was a mole? I don't think so. The Nick Cage movie in your info section? It is. We got sponsored by it. So, that's staying down there for a week. Just pass. Here. His face surprised me. I think I'm icing this during their turn. It's a tough call to make, though. Up, Jeremy. You ice, they just get drum. It doesn't pop until next turn. They're pathing their own Ornithopter. That's adorable. Alright. I guess we'll tap down the Urza Saga then. I don't have 3 artifacts, even if they do play Pure Steel Paladin, so I think I'm happy just tapping down the Urza Saga. Ice you. We don't need no green card around here. Doing it the hard way. Tap 4 mana. 3 spells are for chumps. Stoneforge, get Cauldron. So this is interesting. I don't want to bait them at activating Stoneforge and then just binding the Cauldron. I could have Blacksmith skill. I have a second binding, and then I could just Force of Vigor, clean up whatever's left. Oh, this is a tough spot. I don't know what I would do here. I could just binding the Stoneforge main phase and not have to deal with the Cauldron, but then I get to make a thing off of Urza Saga. But if I pass the turn, they might not do it. Well, the problem with Teferi fetch, like, the problem with playing Teferi and holding a binding is that I let them draw a card, right? I don't really want to let them draw a card. Force of Vigor now, let them draw a card. I don't really like that either. The goal is to let them draw as few cards as possible, I think. I'll Shocking Foundry and pass. Holding up double binding is probably the safest thing I could do. I don't like giving them free value off of Esper Sentinel when I don't have to. If there's other lines available to me, I think I should just take the other lines. But it's definitely a tricky spot. Because I could see an argument for blasting. Keruga pitch it to force. Also don't think I need to do that. Also, I want a binding here. I could binding the Pure Steel and just not have to deal with it. And then Teferi bounce the Esper Sentinel. They draw a card for sure then. Not that big of a deal, I don't think, though. I'm letting him draw a card from that. I could just hit this and then Force of Vigor these two. But then that leaves me kind of susceptible to them just, like, drawing cards off of equipment. Maybe that's fine, though. I'll try doing that. Oh, hello. Alright. See if that's good enough. They chain together hammers, we're in trouble. Excuse me. They chain together hammers, we're in trouble for sure. Looks like that's pretty much exactly what they're doing. It's a very good draw. I have a couple options here. I could fire this. I could Teferi bounce Leyline Binding. Back their Esper Sentinel. Get Teferi bounce and then see what we do from there. I should have done that in the other order. I guess I should have fired first, but I was kind of banking on hitting a fetch land. I guess I still could have fired first. I think I missed sequence this turn. Alright, well, we'll stick it under the binding instead then. No. My second non-creature, when I want to cast that first non-creature spell. Okay, yeah, never mind, you're right. You're right. Doesn't matter. I just have to hold up binding. Not worry about them drawing a card. This is like our insurance binding. Beetle, probably naming Teferi. Also, the prelim starts in 5 minutes. We gotta be ready for that. Yep, naming Teferi. Ooh, Keruga time? I think it's Keruga time. Rhinos? No. No rhinos. Not happening. No rhinos. What's up, Duncan? Only hippo. Meeting got pushed to vibing. Hell yeah. Alright, let's hold up interaction. The next turn we can go reef and pop off. Prelim in the Rhinos? I had Modern go yesterday. I didn't play Modern yesterday. I played on Saturday. I guess it might be yesterday for EU people. So we ended up top 8ing, and we got in the quarterfinals by Tron during the Saturday night challenge, which is probably Sunday for the EU. EU people were just a little bit different in the US, you know? I'm glad somebody notices me. Alright, they gave up. They gave up. We got 4 minutes. Which I don't think is a bad thing at all. I'm actually going to binding this thing now. Around Summer Nile. What do you think about Trellan's Coffers deck in the challenge? Well, Trellan's been working really hard on that deck, so I'm happy to see him top 8 a challenge. Even though I think the deck is not great. That's just me being a hater. What? What? The fuck? I have a 2-drop under this cup. What the fuck? I didn't realize we were playing 2-drops in our Rhinos decks now. They played a Kavu. They played a Kavu and then they cascaded into Rhinos. Well, cascading into good stuff isn't a problem. What happens when you draw this card? It's just bad. This has hexproof and monocolor. Yep, we don't have Ren. Or a chance of winning this game. Alright, well, I guess we'll Solitude one of these and then block this. Or at least try. This opponent's just a Giga Chad. They knew something we didn't. Your opponent restarted the game with card. Let's go. Violent Outburst. Into Rhinos. Okay, you win. Never in my life seen something like this. We have no answers to Rokurik. Never on my life. We have 1 Vindicate to get Rokurik. New Croaks is lit, I agree. New Croaks has got really neat art. Speaking of which, look at the new spoilers. I haven't gotten a chance to look at them. I didn't get to see this. Invasion of Belanon. When it enters battlefield, create a 2/2. 5 gets 1/1. Alright. Limited card. Phyrexian Awakening. When it enters battlefield, incubate 4. Alright. Glistening Dawn. Incubate X twice, where X is the number of lands you control. Zephyr Singer, convoke Flying Vigilance when enters the battlefield, put a flying counter on each creature that convoked it. That card seems decent, especially in limited. That's gonna be a limited bomb for sure. Phyrexian Sensor. Each player can cast more than one non-Phyrexian spell. Each your non-Phyrexian creatures enter the battlefield tapped. New hate pair just dropped. It's a 2/2? It's a 3/3. Not bad stats. Invasion of Ogratha. When it enters the battlefield, it deals 3 damage to any other target and you gain 3 life. When you kill it, it becomes a 3/3 flyer. When a creature an opponent controls dies with a +1/+1 counter on it and you gain life. Grandmother Ravi Sengir. Nice, we get to hit people with the grandma. Yeah, the Zephyr card's actually pretty sweet. Get him, Granny. The barrage we looked at. Corruption of Tawashi. Enters the battlefield, incubate 4. Whenever a permanent you control transforms, or a permanent enters the battlefield under your control, transformed, you may draw a card. Do this only once per turn. That seems expensive. Expensive for what it is. Zephyr and Rhinos, and then have flying Rhinos. They're gonna ice me. Alright. I guess we don't get to read that card. Oh, we had to click on this one, that's why. Herbology Instructor, 1 of the green, 1/3. When it enters the battlefield, you gain 3 life. 6p Phyrexian, transform it. You gain 3 life. When it transforms, target creature an opponent controls gets -0/-X, where X is Invoker's power. It's a 3/3. Limited card. Abominable Sleep. Convoke instant. Tap up to 2 target creatures, put a stun counter on them. Then put another stun counter on one of them. Absolutely fucking stunning. Watch a creativity player play a Dwarven Mine turn 2 tapped because they didn't play the deck before. I've had creativity players do that just because they need a land drop on 2. Sometimes you just play a tap mine just because you have to. Reading the card does explain the card, and it's Eternal Wisdom. Alright, well, we're binding one of these and then we're going to Solitude the other one. Avoid the prelim starting. Alright. Pretty good. Imagine losing round 1 couldn't be you. Got a fucking bye? I don't think I've ever gotten a bye. Period. Control attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. GG's branch. Blood Moon too strong. Give me another Tasher, Jace level mill spell. Alright, what else is there? And here is Witchcraft. Deals 5 damage to target creature, planeswalker, or battle. Look at the top X cards of your library, where X is the excess damage dealt this way. You may exile one of those cards, but the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. You may play the exiled card until the end of turn. Seems pretty strong. My opponent F6 through their turn and then discarded the land. Rip. It's never fun to do. Oops. Invasion of Gobakon. Gobakon? Gobakon. I don't know. When it enters the battlefield, look at the top. Look at target opponent's hand. You may exile a non-land card from it. For as long as that card remains exiled, its owner may play it, but it costs 2 more to cast. When it flips, at the beginning of your end step, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature that attacked this turn. Sacrifice a creature you control, gain hexproof and indestructible. That seems very strong. Is that card just crazy good? +1/+1 counter on each creature that attacked this turn is like very strong. That's a good effect. Mono White and Pioneer just got a new toy. Yeah, it's a pseudo. That's really good. Kind of scared of that card. Harakir Dune Shifter. 1 mana, 1/2, 5, transform it, and it becomes a 4/3 with trample. Aetherblade Agent. Finish this turn, then we can read Aetherblade Agent. It's a 1 in the black, 1/1 Death Touch, 4 and a blue Phyrexian transform. It becomes a 3/3 with Death Touch whenever it deals combat damage to a battle or player. Draw a card. Order of the Mirror. 1 in the blue. Transform for 3 and a white Phyrexian. Whenever it becomes blocked by a creature, that creature gets -1/-1. Jeru and Hazaret. Lippies. And then Omnath land Risen Reef, probably. Because they don't have Unholy Heat. More Unholy Heat. This can fetch planes, I suppose. Alright. Jeru and Hazaret. As long as you have 1 or fewer cards in hand, you gain haste and vigilance. Whenever it attacks, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may exile a legendary creature from among them. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Till end of turn, you may cast the exiled card without paying its mana cost. Oh boy. Monitor board. Without paying its mana cost. I'm inclined to believe they don't have Blood Moon in their main deck based on how they fetch this game. It's a trap. Could be. We got the basic planes. I'll take the damage. This is the second Merc type play we played against, I think. Maybe third? I don't remember. It's been a lot of matches. That card seems absurd. Kroxa and Kronos. 6 mana, 6/6, Vigilance, Menace, Lifelink. Whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, you may exile 5 cards from your graveyard. When you do, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Seems subpar. which saddens me because I was very excited for Kroxa and Kuranos. I thought these two were going to be sick. Probably not strong enough, though. Cavern of Souls is a very good draw. I think this card's too expensive, and it's a legendary. And it's a giant dog. My god. Legendary giant dog. Is that the first giant dog in Magic? Hey, Clifford? If you could persist this thing back, it would be significantly better, but you have to, like, Goryo's it. It might be a fun thing to Goryo's. Because when you Goryo's it, you get to reanimate 2 more things. Actually kind of sick. The more I think about it. Cost of this and that. Costs too damn much. Now, but if you have like a stacked graveyard of like 11 cards, you have a buy for round 3 and you have automatically won. Let's go! I complained about not having the buy and now I get the buy. This Magic game is easy. Well, I suppose it's easy to get the buy when you're 0-2. So, your first win at the prelim, let's go! Yeah, I'll pay for that Spell Pierce. First wins Dingo's got since I've been here. Things have not been going great. Azareth seems crazy though. So if you have an 11 card graveyard, theoretically, you need 13 cards minimum. Yeah, you need 13 cards. And then you can Goryo's back Kroxa. After you Goryo's back this Kroxa, you can reanimate 2 other things. It seems like it might be kind of powerful. You would need a turbo graveyard deck for sure. More interested in Hazoret. Like, Hazoret's crazy. Is MTG Bud dead? I guess it's dead. Here lies MTG Bot. Gone but not forgotten. I'll play the Brazen Borrower, right? Yeah, we gotta buy. I'll sub in for MTG Bot. Always doing the Lord's work, huh, Zeriak? $75 cards, mostly bad elementals, don't play it. You kill it post-combat, then spell shift for 4 mana. Everything must be so, like, simple, and through the lens of Torborg. Is it good in spell shift? Yes, no. Is it good in creativity? Yes, no. Alright, that's it. So against your Butter Judgment, you went Mill, you went 4-2 on the day. You just wish you top 8'd, still felt good. Had 3 easy matchups, 1 coin flip, and 2 bad matchups. That sounds about right for Mill. Look, MTG Bot's back. Arise, MTG Bot, arise! I already had a dick command. Boo, Norwegian, boo. That's because the MTG Bot's broken. Ban Norwegian. That's fine. I think it said slob on my ob. I was around. We made that around the time where we put a lot of ob Nicholas. Ob meme is over now. I think I want to just ice a land, probably. Or you know what? I should have fetched around Blood Moon. I'm gonna get Blood Moon. fetch basic planes. Croak says busted with it and Altar of Dementia. You can mill your whole deck, then you can use the last trigger to get back at Thoracle. Trying to process that. Yes, it's Golden Sun. So, does it need to choose targets? Yeah, I'm trying to think of like how exactly this works. Oh, that's interesting. You choose targets on resolution, so oh, that's really cool. If you can like play an Altar of Dementia and then Goryo's this back, you can just win the game on turn 3. Because then you just sacrifice it, you bring it back, you're +1 card every time you cycle that, and then you could just get whatever creature you want. You just get yourself like a Thassa's Oracle. That's actually really cool. Are we dumping it into the yard? I don't know. Maybe you just play like what the Troxa Goryo's decks are playing right now. What is this? Canra Spellspear. Trample Prowess. 3 Anaphyrexian Blue Transform it. 3/3 Trample Ward 2 Prowess. Yo, this card's sick. 2 mana Trample Prowess for 2/2's already fine. Like that's Sprite Dragon. Like that probably goes in the Sprite Dragon slot, right? Kinda neat. What's up, Frank? I think I don't play Omnath. I think it's pass. I'm also not gonna ice them on upkeep. I'm gonna wait. I gotta make a tweet. You do not need to make a tweet. I need to make a tweet. We didn't get the full set. I don't think we got the full set. Pretty sure we're like most of the way through it though. A little over half, probably. Oh my god, there's so many more. Since I last checked. Rona, Herald of Invasion. Whenever you cast a legendary spell, untap it, tap, draw a card, then discard a card. Transform it, activate only as a sorcery. Trample whenever it deals damage. Whenever a source deals damage to it, that source's controller exiles a card from their hand at random. If it's a land card, you put it on the battlefield. Otherwise, you may cast it without paying its mana cost. Watsy living dangerously. Putting all the stuff that says without paying its mana cost on it. Help you paint and install fans. Yeah, I got you. This card seems sweet. I think Rona's gonna be quite good. The looting, untapping. Trickle Fairies. Invasion of Eldraine. When it enters the battlefield, target opponent discards 2 cards for 4 mana. You attack it, kill it, flip it. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, if that player has 2 or fewer cards in hand, it deals 2 damage to them for a 2/2 flyer. That one seems not so good. 4 mana, 4/4 Trample Haste, 3 gains +2/+0 until end of turn. Whenever it deals combat damage to an opponent, it deals that much damage to target Planeswalker that player controls or battle that player protects. Oh, hi, Murkdead. I did not delve it. I did not. Oh, hi, Murkdead. Counter. Yeah, I don't know. Invasion of Eldraine seems really expensive. Collective Nightmare Convoke, target creature gets -3/-3. That is an instant. Not too shabby for an instant. Prowess guy seems really good. I don't care if it takes me 10 leagues. I will do it. Probably the best prowess creature they printed in a minute. I'm gonna ice this, then fetch for a second white source on tap Solitude this Raugrin. That prowess creature's great though. Big fan. Only 3 mana to flip it too, which is crazy to me. How'd they just think that was okay? They're like, yep, that's fine. 3 mana, sure. Blood Moon. Gonna be a 3 mana Leyline Binding for me. They're holding up a counterspell too. I'm gonna wait for them to tap out a counterspell. Or I can just Binding, untap Binding. I guess that would work too. It doesn't have the inevitability of Sprite Dragon, so maybe you wanted a different slot, but I think it's very strong still. Did you pick up Legacy or another format? I don't care for Legacy at the moment. Personally, I don't think it's a ton of fun. I am kind of preferring Pioneer to Legacy, but maybe that's just because I found a Pioneer deck I actually like. Play the Prowess guy on turn 2. Can you attack on 3 transformed? I think when you transform it, I haven't played with transform cards in a while. Chat, do they get summoning sickness again, or do they retain having haste? I don't remember. I think it's a new dude, so it gets summoning sickness again. It just transforms in place, so you can... Okay, you can just attack with it. It's been a minute since I played with transform cards. Doesn't exile. Yeah, I guess you can attack with it immediately. And just wig it. Now I'm not gonna be at San Diego. If it wasn't during Easter weekend, I'd think about it, but it being on Easter weekend means it's not happening. They just dash this into a dress down. There's the intimidation dash. I don't really want to bounce anything right now, so I think I'm just gonna keep plussing Teferi. Makes the next Blood Moon worse. I could Unholy Heat Teferi still. Yeah, they get it back to hand because the dash is a trigger. Or I guess it's like a static effect that triggers on the end step. There used to be a bug on Moto where if you dash something into a dress down, it would just stay on the field. They fixed it. Solid dude. I think it's hippo time. Probably Hippo time and then bouncing the Hippo back to my hand after I draw a bunch of cards. I'll take that too. Seem powerful. Keruga. Bye, Teferi. Bye, Solitude. Bye, everything I've ever loved. More mystical dispute. So mystical. What an awkward game this is shaped up to be. Much dispute, very argumentative. I don't think these disputes are getting much better. I need to find another Omnath. Omnath would allow me to push this game up into my favor for sure. Gonna hold on to Solitude though. I don't think I have a reason to expend said Solitude. I'm gonna upkeep this Endurance also. They know about it. Tap land pass. Guess they have air in hand, huh? Must just have nothing good. They have counter magic, they didn't want to counter the endurance. I should have floated the blue also. That's a mistake. I should have floated the blue also. So if they went counter spell, then I could add Mystical Dispute. I don't know. Playing 4-color in the Blood Moon meta is like very, very rough. Bring back Abundant Growth. No more Hippo, only Abundant Growth. So not being able to cast my elementals just killed me. Island, no consider. Still very necessary. I could see that. Blood Moon is very real. Island, Scalding Tarn. Fable would theoretically be good against Blood Moon, but the problem is if you can't connect with the token, it doesn't really help you. Which is what happened to us multiple times. We just like couldn't connect with the token. Lost to Murktide, Scam, and Dredge in our prelim. In our league match, we lost to Cascade, Rhinos, but not Rhinos. I don't know. Some weird like General Rokiric Zoo deck that was also playing Rhinos. Never seen something like it before. This deck has like no outs to Rokiric. Any cards from the new set seem OP? Yeah, a lot of them. It was Zoo Rhinos. They had Kavu, General Rokiric, Shardless Agent, Bloodbraid Elf, Ardent Plea, Violent Outburst. I don't know. Surge Salvation's kind of OP. I think the new Prowess creature is very strong. It seems like the new Azarit's going to be good. Seems like new Croaks is going to be a good combo card. I should have said stopping the upkeep. Okay. We will murder that as well. think a lot of the battles are strong as well. There's so many good cards in the new set. I'm excited. Looks like a very fun set. Let's get Hallowed Fountain. I'm not playing around Blood Moon. Norn, go. Other cards look sweet though. Yeah, Plains was a good draw. That was also a good draw. Ouch. Scoop into the Elesh Norn. Or we should have done a prediction. I'm sorry, chat. I forgot to do a prediction. I've been boarding against Murktide. It's been okay. Working to various degrees of success. Look at this. We already got Brews going. Twitter to the rescue. 4 Ephemerate, 4 Leyline Binding, 4 Gorios, 4 Tainted Indulgence, 4 Faithful Mending, 3 Altar of Dementia, a Thassa's Oracle, 4 the new Kroxa and Kuranos and Atraxa, 4 Solitude, 4 Grief, 3 Shadow Prophecy. I already got new brews with the new cards. Pretty sweet. Where's Lord Ace? I gotta give credit to Lord Ace. 10's good. We'll keep it. Uh-oh. Oh, excuse me. We're fucked. Yep, we're fucked. Throwing register, unbeatable. Just a fair warning, I'm definitely gonna make you play my bad spell shift battle deck. I'm down. Honestly, I had a blast last time. Maybe play it. He'll probably 5-0 easily. I hope so. All of my permanents onto the battlefield plus Jace Wielder Mysteries. Win the game. I'm gonna risk the spell pierce as opposed to a counterspell. Oh, I tried. No Blood Moon, please. That's the new white-black card. It's the Mardu card. Gotta pull it back up. So I think I closed Mythic Spoiler. But it's this one. Kroxa and Kunaros. Kunaros? It's Kunaros. So this card with Altar of Dementia, it lets you sacrifice Kroxa when the ETB triggers on the stack and then get it back, so you can like loop through your entire deck. As it reads, when it enters the battlefield or attacks, you may exile 5 cards from your graveyard. When you do, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Yeah, a bunch of endurances are not bad. So you can loop through your entire deck with the triggers and Altar of Dementia. Then you can get back something like a Thassa's Oracle. Alright, I've been gotten. No, this doesn't deal damage when it ETBs. It doesn't do any damage. Damn, they connived away Blood Moon. What's up, Mr. Rib? I got hit by a Ragavan and I died. So you came at the perfect time. And I don't know how Respect the Cat does it. Playing a deck without early interaction just drives me crazy. The prelim did not go great. The prelim went, in fact, very poorly. That's fine, because we got another prelim coming up in like 5 hours.
5 hours and 8 minutes is our next prelim. Yeah, not having to worry about Ren is like definitely a significant downside of playing this build. I'm so dead to a turn 1 Ragavan. Until through the next prelim. I'm gonna take a nap when the next prelim starts. Alright, we'll try it. Surely they don't have a turn 1 Ragavan, right? And don't blame me if they Ragavan you. Dorborg! Oh, my keyboard doesn't even work either. Everything's going wrong. Respect the cat! Congratulations on your huge prog victory, my friend. Just rooting for you the entire time. You love to see it. Alright, now I'm gonna have to ask you to turn off the stream because we're getting bodied right now. Things have not been going great for me. I guess, do I just want to play Fable or do I want to leave up Endurance? I have to fetch Shock to play Fable. Your opponent told me you streamed my list. It's not been going great for me. There's a whole lot of Blood Moons and a whole lot of Ragavans around, and apparently Dredge also. I guess I make them tap out on their turn. Just try to flash in the Endurance. Why did you keep Dingo? Did I keep? Praise the cat, diss the Dingo. I agree. This Dingo guy's not very good at this deck. You are by far the worst elemental player I've ever heard of. But have you heard of me? I'm right here. I'm the worst elementals player. Well, maybe we're fine. You didn't face any Murktide? I've only faced Murktide. I faced Murktide and Scam with Torok. I was like, well, I can't beat that Torok. And I played against Dredge. And I was like, probably not beating that either. 4 mana. Subtlety? Pioneer, let's go. Well, you can play Omnath and Pioneer as well. That 5-color Nibdelite deck. Yeah, do you discard here? Or do you just like shock, play a Fable, hold up Double Dispute? Or do you shock? I don't think you shock Solitude. My god. I need to phone a friend. 0 Murktide in the top 24. To draw white. I think I'm gonna try for the shock Fable line. See how it pans out. I'm just like gonna be so far behind if they have removal spell. Get the other lands. These lands do suck, I agree. Let that go. Small victory. Huge victory. Back to small victory. More mystical dispute. I think I just pass. Very tough decision between like buying Keruga, holding up double mystical dispute, or holding up double mystical dispute and Solitude. Very tough decision, but I think I'm happy to trade this if they attack. Yeah, I was just supposed to buy the Hippo. I don't know. 3rd Ragavan, I lose. This isn't gonna resolve. Hopefully this Omnath will. Omnath off the top. That's fine. More Fable. So now we get to block with the Goblin Shaman, and we're out of music. Sad times. I think it's probably time to drop at least one of these disputes. I guess I have to Ice Fury. Is there any merit to like icing now as a redraw? I don't think so. Not from drawing a Triome. Hippo. Thinking about cycling this Triome, but I probably just need to play it, huh? I don't think I can play around much of anything. That did Bolt. Exile the Flooded Strand. Place a Shredder. Passes. I could lead on Teferi, then hold up Endurance. I think we have to try to bounce Ledger Shredder. Maybe it's bounce Ragavan. Subtlety. I guess I have to dispute this, let them connive, and then bounce Ledger Shredder. Then we could draw into land. If we draw into land, we could have Endurance still. Try to block Fury. I tap poorly. Oh no, I tap poorly. Oh shit. I should have left up the Temple Garden. No, I tap poorly. That's on me. That's 100% on me. Back to sleep. Yeah, I deserve that. Shit. Well, yeah, if you want to see somebody pilot this deck better than me, definitely want to give Respect the Cat a follow. Give Respect the Cat a shout out. Ooh, an Uro. Make sure you drop Respect the Cat a follow. Respect the Cat is the GOAT, the legend, who absolutely crushed it with this deck. I guarantee you he'll pilot it 10 times better than me. Jace VP. I'm rich if it was 2017. Back one more. Pyre of Heroes. It's time to play some Pyre of Heroes human.
Have you peeked? Bing bong, bing bong. Have you peeked?
You're a third-rate duelist.
I can't take it anymore.